Now we're talking. You see, ladies and gentlemen, if there was one thing that gave me so much joy today during the Housemates Diary session, it was the way that Dayday told her own story. She told her own story from her own perspective, which is actually the fact, because everything she said, we all are a witness to it. So the fact that she sat in that diary room, more like in a witness box in a court of law, and spilled every single detail. I mean, this girl gave a detailed account of everything that transpired between herself and Kola, right from the very beginning of him walking in through those doors into the mansion. She gave a detailed account without leaving out anything. Guys, listening to Dayday's account, oh my goodness, I was so happy. I was happy for her. I was relieved. I was happy for her because Dede has this stress-free attitude. Yes, she has always said it, that she does not like stress. She's from a family of love. She's surrounded by love where she's coming from. And so she's not the sort of person to seek validation from anybody for anything whatsoever. She is the type of person who does not bother to even ask questions when people say negative things about her. She allows you to form your own perception about her and ride on with that perception however way you deem fit. But because this is more like a global platform, all eyes are on these housemates. People who do not know what exactly happened could easily ride on Kola's own narrative just to sell a sub-story, all in the name of strategy. And so the moment Big Brother summoned her into the diary room, the way she ran, like she literally ran to the diary room. And she ran because before her turn, Big Brother had summoned Sultana to the diary room, but Sultana had been dragging feet. And this is after Big Brother had warned these housemates to literally run whenever he summoned them for anything. Sultana was dragging her feet, and so she ended up not having a diary session today. She went to ring the bell or hit the gong. Big Brother did not respond to her, but that is by the way. So when Big Brother summoned Dede to the diary room, she literally ran like her life depended on it. And the moment she sat on that chair, she told it all. She left no detail untouched. She told it all. And ladies and gentlemen, if you've been keeping up with my videos, if you've been following my updates, every single thing I shared on my YouTube videos, on my Twitter tweets, that was everything. Because thankfully, all of these encounters that she had with Kola, we actually saw it live on TV. So she spilled everything. She spilled everything. It took a while anyways. I mean, it took over 30 minutes because she had to go bit by bit, step by step, every single encounter, every single interaction, every single conversation. She interpreted every single detail. And by the time she was done, Big Brother asked her what she would want to do. How does she want to handle the situation? Because she was actually drained. This girl was emotionally drained. And in a way, I was kind of surprised that she was fully aware of all the press conferences Kola was having yesterday about her. I told you all that Kola was literally going to every single housemate in the house, selling them lies, stories, which if you ask me game-wise is a fantastic strategy, you know. But then again, once you're able to eliminate one housemate, what else would you do? If you want to build a storyline, what else would you do? But anyways, Big Brother had asked her how she would want to handle the situation. And she said she had actually decided to choose herself first. She would not allow anybody to determine her happiness in Big Brother's house because she's there for a purpose. So she's going to choose herself first and block out the negativity. However, she's got two options in mind. Now, the typical Dayday would ignore, dismiss all the allegations, dismiss everything that Kola is saying because she knows that the reason Kola is doing all what he is doing is because he wants her attention. And Kola said it with his own mouth to every single person he had spoken with. Even up until today, as I'm filming this video right now, Kola has still been carrying on with his smear campaign against Dayday. All Kola wants, all he needs is Dede's attention. He wants Dede to stop being friends with Jason J and Koyin and then squarely focus on him. So Dede says that the typical her will completely dismiss Kola, like act like it doesn't exist. She's going to ignore, and she's very good at ignoring things. That there are so many vile things that she has heard about herself in this house in just a space of 1 week and how many days, and she has never reacted to any of them. That she could equally do the same. But then she has the other option, and that is about having a conversation with Kola, but she's not really sure. And I love the fact that Big Brother asked her that, how do you think that conversation will end? And with Big Brother's tone, the way he asked the question, any reasonable person would have gotten the hint instantly that Big Brother was advising them against going ahead with such a plan of having another conversation with Kola. Because, ladies and gentlemen, what we see happening is Kola has successfully leveraged on Dayday's effort to be relatable. You know, when she came into the house, the speculation was that she was proud. According to Sabrina and co, they spread this very, very vile rumor that she believes that she's bigger than everybody in the house, that she's not on their level because she's got designer items, and that's the reason she doesn't talk to people. So Dede has improved. Like, she has gone out of her way, like come out of her shell, out of her comfort zone to be relatable to any and everybody. She's literally talking to everybody in the house. Everybody. Not just her friend, Mide. She talks to everybody. She laughs with everybody. The only difference is no physical contact. Don't touch me. Don't hug me. Don't touch me without my consent. Don't touch me. That's our boundary. Don't touch me. But she's been very warm. She's been very accommodating to everybody. So Kola has seen that she has put in that effort to be this way, and so he's leveraging on that and selling lies to everybody in the house that Dede knows that he's in love with her. Dede knows that he cares about her. So what she's doing is she's using him for things, but not reciprocating the energy he's giving to her. And according to Dede, she's looking for the things that Kola has done for her. Aside bringing water, aside standing up for her when she had that altercation with Victory early morning, Saturday morning, what else? Like, what is Kola giving to her? What exactly? So, when Bigher Naija had asked her that question, you know, how she felt the conversation would end, you know, she said she wasn't really sure, to be honest. And even she, right there in the diary room, she was looking uncertain. And guys, I'm really hoping that she sticks with Big Brother's advice or with her guts and create boundaries between herself and this guy. Because the thing with Dayday again is she's a very warm person in terms of being sweet and warm. So because Kola has been able to get close to her, like when she's in her bed, he's on his own bed and he's whispering and they're talking and they're whispering, for him that is intimacy. I mean, this is something that a lot of housemates actually do together, but according to Kola, that is the understanding that they have. That is intimacy. I mean, the guy is literally twisting everything all for the game. So I'm glad that Dede has been able to figure out all of these things, but now the question is, what next? Is she going to go ahead and have a conversation with Kola? Is she going to go ahead to still be friends with him? Because she said she wants to take a step back. Kola is busy bragging to everybody around the house that he's not going to talk to her. In fact, he has stopped talking to her except she comes to him. So my fear for Dede now is, girl, if you go to this guy, he's going to go on another press conference again, telling everybody that, you see, I told you she's going to come to me. I told you she likes me. She was only pretending. So it's a very dicey one for Dede, and quite frankly, I'm really glad she told her truth, which is the fact, during her diary session, so that viewers can see and hear for themselves. All right? So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, on to the other housemate that had their diary session. There was Menson. Ladies and gentlemen, Menson came into the diary room and was trying to pull off the tricks he pulled off last week, where he came and was bawling out his eyes. He came and was trying to do the same thing again. But this time around, it seemed like there was no energy to shout too much, but he was shedding tears. The tears were flowing like rivers of what. The guy was really crying. And to be quite honest with you all, I kind of zoned out. The moment I started hearing, Biggie, I want to win. I want to win. I want to make sure we win. I want to win. I said, you know what? Scratch it. Scratch it. Now, on to the other housemate, Thelma. Thelma's diary session was quite interesting. And in a way, I'm kind of proud of Thelma for coming out of her shell, coming out of her comfort zone. The Thelma that we had in the house last week, which was the first week of the season, was quite laid back, quite chilled. But I think ever since she won the head of house, Thelma unleashed. We saw another personality entirely. And you see this personality that we're seeing, that we're experiencing, this is real reality TV worthy personality. She's bringing the heat. She's bringing the fire. So Big Brother had asked her why she had chosen Kayikunmi as guest on Sunday when she won the head of house. And Thelma gave 1,000,001 reasons. And I'm going to be frank with all of you. I am very convinced that every night, ever since Sunday, that Thelma sleeps and wakes up. In fact, maybe not just night, but anytime she takes a nap, sleeps and wakes up, she wakes up with a new reason as to why she picked Kayikunmi, knowing fully well that he is Isabella's lover. Because there was something Big Brother told her. Big Brother said, you decided to pose yourself as a messiah to rescue just one person, that is Kayikunmi, because according to you, their relationship is very toxic. Kayikunmi doesn't want to be with Isabella anymore. You know, the way she was explaining everything, she made it look like she was the one true messiah that the couple were looking for to come and rescue one of them from their, from their precarious relationship. And so she was trying to paint a picture of Isabella being a betrayer, Isabella being an ungrateful friend, Isabella being a non-supportive friend, Isabella being a dumb friend, a friend who does not know how to have intellectual conversations other than talking about man, how to have sex, how she's horny, blah, blah, blah. She said the most vile things about Isabella, described Isabella in the most horrendous manner, like a very horrible person. And I love the fact that people that kept on calling her back to reasoning, people that kept on calling her back and saying, but you do realize that you did X, Y, X, Y, Z. And she kept on countering Big Brother that no, she does not see anything wrong in what she did because Isabella did X, Y, Z. And guys, the fact is, no matter how many millions of excuses Thelma brings to the table, it still will never justify what she did to Isabella. Game or no game, strategy or no strategy, competition or not. And Becky pointed it out to her that all of our reasons that she's giving, most of them, they're second reasons. What was the main reason? It was in between all of her long speeches that she mentioned, oh, there's no harm in stirring the pot. And I'm like, period. What's with all the plenty long explanation that are very invalid? What's with all you're trying to justify what you did? You just bring in different excuses from left, right, and center. Things that were not an issue, you made it an issue. Girl, just come to the diary room. If they ask you why did you do what you did, just say, bam, I wanted to stir the pot. Because at the end of the day, the season says, do the most. And I decided to do the most. And yes, I betrayed a friend, but it's all part of the competition. I was just playing my game. Period. Which one is OD? You explain to Port Harcourt, you come back, you explain to Warri, you come back, you explain to Lagos, you come back, you explain, and all of your explanations did not make sense. It did not validate what you did. But I give it to her though. I give it to her. She had a very, very brief head of house reign, but in those few hours that she was head of house, she actually really did stir the pot. And I must give it to her. She's a good player. I enjoyed her brief time as head of house. I enjoyed all the drama and all the chaos that came with her brief reign. But she needs to learn how to grow some balls to own up to her excesses. Otherwise, it's only going to make her look like a coward, because no matter how tough she tried to sound in the head of house and in the diary room, you could still smell cowardice hovering around her. It just did not make sense. Finally, Faith. Faith had his diary session today as well, and oh my God, guys, I am in awe of this young man's intelligence. Faith is so smart. He is so intelligent. Oh my goodness. Every time see the way Faith analyzes the housemates, yeah, sometimes I feel like he's my twin flame, like he's my twin brother from another life. You know, I just feel like I know him from somewhere, because it's so intriguing how he is inside the house and he sees these housemates for who they are. In just a matter of days, he has clocked a lot of them, especially Imisi, Isabella. He has clocked a lot of them, their game, their strategy, and he's so accurate. And you see, I find it very intriguing, because it's a whole different experience for you as a viewer that's outside, and you are able to have like sometimes a 360 view of each and every single one of the housemates, right? But you also need to have it at the back of your mind that there are some things you will never get to see that happens in the house, because the cameras cannot be everywhere at the same time. Now, it's also another different experience entirely when you're a housemate inside the house. There are things you have first-hand experience of, but there will always be things that the viewers will know about that you as a housemate inside the house will never know about. And that is why the likes of Tracy is always saying that I am always oblivious to whatever happens in this house. I don't even know what's happening in this house. What's happening in this house? These people fight? Are people quarreling? She's always lost. And mind you, she's inside that same house. So it's two different experiences, right? But when it comes to Faith, it's the way he observes and, you know, x-rays these housemates like a viewer from the outside. Now, it's very beautiful to watch, very fascinating as a matter of fact. However, my fear for him is he has this wealth of information. He has this wealth of knowledge about his fellow housemates and about the games that they are playing. But he's not necessarily really using the information he has the way he should. Instead, it's like he's on an educational journey of his own, educating all and sundry inside that house, and even us, the viewers that are actually watching from the outside. He's teaching us a lot about medicine, about the medical world. He's teaching us a lot of things about like something out of everything, because he's an all-rounder. He's well-versed. He's teaching us a lot of things. But then my fear for him is he's not really utilizing what he has. It's like having an arsenal of weapons, but when it comes to a battlefield, you don't even know how to harness all of those weapons in your possession. It's a problem. But anyways, that is on the side, because I'm really hoping for him to do great with the information he has. He was actually analyzing Imisi, right? And everything he said was, Imisi looks like she's acting, like he strongly believes that she's acting out a character on the show this season. That when you want to test human behavior, look at the way they keep their things, and also look at their behavior, look at their attitude. If it aligns, then really they are being true to themselves. They are being true to the perception that they are creating by themselves for the viewers to see and perceive of them. But for Imisi, her closet is so well organized that it is scary to even think that someone like her that is quite erratic, that is very forgetful as she poses herself to be, that is very dumb, a slow learner, doesn't know how to communicate or have conversations, like it's just very weird. The distance does not add up. When you check her closet, the way she keeps her things, the way she dresses like she doesn't even know anything, the way she draws her brows, you know, those ridiculous red dots, and the way she acts like she's just one fetish character from a movie set. It just tells you a lot about this girl. And guys, everything this guy said is true. He said she has two different accents, two different languages in her mouth or accent. There's the deep Yoruba accent that when she speaks English or Pidgin using that accent, it looks like she's from really the slums. But then when she wants to speak proper English, you are amazed at the kind of words that she has in her vocab. So he went on and on and on analyzing Imisi, and Imisi's plans that she spilled to Big Brother during her diary session yesterday, we finally realized that it was working on Faith, because Imisi had lied to Faith that she knows that Big Brother has 3 fake housemates. So she said she wanted to mess with his mind because he rejected her advances. And truly it's working, because Faith came to the diary room and was asking Big Brother if really there are fake housemates and who are they. And Big Brother had to just make him laugh by telling him that, well, the fake housemate that we have, he's a guy, he is smart, he's intelligent, he's blah, 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 blah. He ended up describing Faith, and that made him laugh, you know. And for someone that's as intelligent as Faith, he should know at that time that that was Biggie just saying there is no such thing, you know. But then again, his curiosity was extremely spiked up, and we know that that guy is going to have sleepless nights thinking about what Big Brother said. So ladies and gentlemen, that's where I'm going to stop about today's diary session. Some other housemates had their diary session, but there wasn't really anything outstanding that we don't already know. All right, so I'm going to stop talking here right now. I would love to hear your thoughts, the comment section below, so please go ahead and share. I will see you all on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.